So we're going to begin with some news that is just coming in tonight. The first case of a highly contagious new variant of the coronavirus from Brazil has been discovered right here in the U.S. A dangerous development, not only because it spreads faster than the virus that's already here, but because scientists worry that vaccines may not be as effective at stopping new strains of this virus. Now, the discovery of the new case comes at the same time concerns are growing nationwide about a shortage of vaccine doses. From coast to coast tonight, states say they are canceling appointments they've made to give people shots and are pulling back on plans to open mass vaccination sites because they don't have enough doses to give out. Well, meantime, the White House and the CDC say they still don't know exactly how many vaccine doses the U.S. government has available to send the states. And they're blaming the confusion on the Trump administration, saying it didn't provide the new president or his team with detailed information about the government's stockpile. Now, all of that is leading to finger pointing and frustration as hundreds of millions of Americans wait for their shots. President Biden told reporters late today he's hopeful his new administration will have enough doses on hand in the next 3 weeks to start giving 1.5 million shots a day. But tonight, there are critics that say that timeline isn't fast enough, especially with those new strains right here in the U.S. We have new reporting on this, and our team is standing by to explain it all. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti is going to lead off our coverage tonight from Los Angeles. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, Nora. Health officials say it's the first time they identified the variant from Brazil here in the U.S., which is putting more pressure on the process to vaccinate people. Here at Dodger Stadium, nearly 13,000 people every single day line up for vaccines. Still, many more can't even get a shot because of an issue with the supply.
Tonight, new concerns over the vaccine rollout. At its current pace, California won't vaccinate even half its residents until Thanksgiving. New York hitting pause on using stadiums as mass vaccination sites.
We don't have the supply of vaccine we need. We urgently need more supply.
Tonight, the White House is pointing the finger squarely at the Trump administration.
The confusion around this issue, which we acknowledge there is some confusion, speaks to a larger problem, which is what we're inheriting from the prior administration, which is much worse than we could have imagined.
Today, the president said his administration is getting a handle on supply issues.
I think it'll be this spring. I think we'll be able to do that this spring. But it's going to be a logistical challenge that exceeds anything we've ever tried in this country, but I think we can do that.
The CDC saying that of 41 million doses shipped by the federal government, only 22 million have been administered.
It's not easy to get doses from where you go in the vial all through the transportation into people's arms, particularly underserved communities, to get it to people. So if people think that's easy, it's not. It gets hard and it'll get harder.
For its part, Moderna, in a statement to CBS News, says we continue to be on track with our expectations of delivering 100 million doses of vaccine by the end of March. And there's new urgency tonight. California now has its own mutant strain, which, like the UK variant, is far more contagious. Researchers believe it began in July, mostly lying dormant, and then exploding. By November, dominating new cases.
In Southern California, it's 40% now.
The good news for the Golden State.
There was a huge surge after Thanksgiving. There was less of a surge after Christmas, and there was even less of a surge after New Year's. So I think, we've now turned the corner in terms of new cases.
Today, Governor Gavin Newsom lifted some of the state's stay-at-home restrictions. Outdoor dining and hair salons among the things that will now return to 90% of state residents.
Does the governor risk sending a mixed message?
There's seldom a day goes by in government where you don't risk sending a mixed message. And you have to make small changes and make sure you don't overstep one way or the other.
But the surest way out of the pandemic is vaccines.
We have to step up our game. I want to get over this idea that we could get to 600,000 American deaths. That is unacceptable. I would consider that a national failure. This has to become the #1 priority for our nation.
And President Biden says he hopes to up the number of doses to 1.5 million a day. Here in L.A., the mayor announcing that restaurants can open for outdoor dining starting on Friday for what is the first time since Thanksgiving, Nora.
Wow, Jonathan Vigliotti, thank you.